Oh, good. Hey, hi everybody. We had a little technical problem a few minutes ago, so I'm going to start over. So those of you who are still on, hopefully you are, you're getting an extra bonus. You hear me a little bit longer. So I'm Moss Jackson, psychologist and success coach. I've been doing therapy and success coaching for over 40 years. And my mission is to coach people to live extraordinary lives, lives of success, accomplishment, and happiness. And this is a kickoff to a whole new series called Mondays with Moss, Mondays with me. And it's really about, the whole series is a 3-month series, and it's about living an extraordinary life, a life of happiness, success, and accomplishment. Each week on Monday, around this time, I'm going to share some information from my toolkit of happiness and success that I've gathered over the years so that you are able to live the life of your dreams. Today's topic, each week I'll have a particular theme, is living an extraordinary life, the power of making decisions. So, here we go. Let's start. Your extraordinary life. You know, how first of all, do you deserve to live an extraordinary life? Do you give yourself permission to be extraordinary? That doesn't mean you're climbing Mount the Himalayas or anything like that, or you're a best-selling author, but you're having the experience of your life is really something to wake up to, and you're enjoying it. And to do that, you need to live the life of your dreams, in which you're striving to live out some aspect of your dream. We'll get that in a little bit more. The good news is you already have won the game of life. You got born. The chances of you being born is 1 in 20 million. So you got born, you're on the planet, all those other sperm, all those billions and billions of sperm, they didn't make it. They're not walking around. You are, I am. Good news. The hard news is that we need to somehow figure out how to live a great life. Now, one thing that stops us right off the bat is what we call limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. For example, 1492, Columbus set sail from the old world to discover the new world. It was actually to find a route to the spice trade in India. Somehow he got lost and discovered what we understand as America. But at that time, there was a limiting belief that the world was flat. So anyone who sailed 100 miles out from shore would fall off a giant waterfall or cliff and be eaten up by monsters and dragons. So he broke that myth. What that opened was the next century of extraordinary exploration and discovery throughout the whole world. Phenomenal. So what we're doing here is we're opening up an extraordinary life. But I wonder if you have some limiting beliefs. You know, only about 20% of the population are living lives as life navigators. People who have passion, vision, goals. They know what actions to take to produce their result. And they can bounce back. They do not stop. If their boat gets shipwrecked, they create another one and they keep going. So, you may be living a life which is ordinary. But the problem with an ordinary life, of putting up with, following the rules, being a good little person, so to speak, doing what you're supposed to do, going to Catholic school, going to Jewish school, and being a good whatever, is at some point you may say, this is kind of boring, I don't like this. But the problem is then you start blaming people. However, no one's to blame, except you chose it. Hopefully you can see that. So, what happens if you don't live the life that you want to live? You end up regretting it. You end up lying on your deathbed regretting your life. Here are 5 regrets that people often say they have. I didn't live my dreams. I don't even know what my dream was. It's too late. I didn't live my dream. What a shame. I didn't have my voice. I didn't speak my voice. I had things to say. I didn't express my feelings. I was afraid. Another one is I worked too much time. I just worked. I never gave myself enough time off. I didn't spend enough time with family and friends. I didn't have enough fun. So let me ask you, my friends, do you have any regrets while you're still alive? Are you living your dream? Are you not speaking your voice? Are you spending too much time working? Are you not spending time with family and friends? Are you not having enough fun? If so, hit number 1 on chat so we know what's going on with you. So what makes a life extraordinary? Your version is unique. It's what you make of it. What tugs at your heart? What makes you different from others? Do you want to be a writer? Do you want to paint? Do you want to make a contribution? Do you want to do volunteer work? Do you want to, work out and get your body in shape? Be a great golfer or whatever. Your dream is what I call your life spark. It's that which gives color to your life, makes you make your unique contribution to the world. So are you making a contribution to the world? You're just hanging out, passing time. So my contribution, my unique spark that makes me wake up in the morning and feel good is creativity and joyful abundance. The possibility that every day I can live a creative and joyfully abundant life. It's not about making money. It's about joyful abundance. I'll talk more about that in later seminars. So Tony Robbins, in his thinking about living an exceptional, extraordinary life, in his book Unshakable, he says our lives are not shaped by conditions, but rather by our decisions. Living an extraordinary life is a choice you have despite your conditions. So despite how much money you make, despite the IRS bill, despite traffic, getting stuck, besides getting cut off by someone, besides having kids who are annoying you, or losing a business deal, you get to choose, are you going through the day in an extraordinary way, feeling happy and looking for success. Now, another thing besides limiting beliefs that will stop you is your negative brain. We have a negativity bias in our brain. We're stuck with a brain that says, can't do it, don't do it, it's too dangerous, it'll be a mistake. We have the brain is wired for survival. So it's not wired to say, take a chance, jump off the cliff, give it a shot. So, in other words, we have what's called imagine a smoke detector in the back of your brain, right back here in the back of your brain. That's where a survivor brain is. This goes back 400 million years. This is a very, very old smoke detector, and it doesn't work really great. It's ringing, it's alert 24/7, and sometimes it rings when it's not supposed to ring. That's called a false positive. When we think someone's being disapproving, when we didn't get the job, when we got a low grade on a test. The smoke detector rings danger, 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 and we have a negativity bias, and we get afraid, and we don't live extraordinarily. We live ordinarily by hiding out and avoiding. So here's a secret, to live an extraordinary life is you need to take control of your mind. Viktor Frankl, who was in a concentration camp, and his entire family was wiped out. I think he was a neuropsychiatrist or a psychiatrist. One day, coming back from a cold, cold February day of cutting logs for 16 hours, he was walking along, and he was walking along with an older man who stumbled, looked like he stumbled. And Victor grabbed his arm and said, you have to walk, you have to walk. If the guards find you, they'll shoot you. And the old man looked at him and said, look at that sunset. I'm not stumbling. Look at that brilliant, beautiful sunset. Wow, what a beautiful sunset. Viktor Frankl could not sleep that night because he thought to himself, how can a person living under these conditions of misery, treachery, and loss still see a sunset? Guy made a decision. He was not going to let the conditions of life beat him down. So it's really important to think about, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on making money, working hard, competing with others, looking good? Or are you focusing on appreciating life no matter what? So I ask you, are you caught up in something that's distracting you from living an extraordinary life? Hit number 1. So the secret is you need to focus on something that turns you on. I focus on creativity and joyful abundance. Now, every day we have about 2,500 conscious thoughts. That's a lot of thoughts. 2,000 of them are negative. 80% of our thinking is negative. So your life quality, the quality of you being extraordinary, depends upon how you perceive life. Are you getting caught up in your negative thoughts, in your limiting beliefs? Or are you creating a life worth living? So I imagine an imaginary conversation between God and you. You die, and you go to heaven. And God says to you only one question. What's the question God's going to ask you? How much money you made? Where were you on the career path? How many houses did you have? How many children did you have? I don't think so. No, this is my personal bias. I think it's a positive bias. I think God's going to ask you one question. What did you enjoy about life? What made your life extraordinary? Are you living an extraordinary life? or you're just getting by and maybe having a lot of mental suffering. So to live an extraordinary life means we have to end our mental suffering. When upsets, disappointments occur, we need to be able to manage them and not let them manage us. And this whole series is about managing upsets, getting out from being stuck, and living great. Sartre, the French philosopher and writer, once wrote, "What is hell? Hell is, on a daily basis, paying too much attention to your regrets and resentments. So are you spending too much time regretting and resentful? Do you go to bed being annoyed, resenting what happened during the day? If so, hit number 1. Let us know." Emerson once said, "Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen." So what decisions are you making day by day? The bottom line is, most of us are raised to be ordinary and reactive, getting good grades, getting a job, following the rules, listening to our parents, pay our taxes, play it safe, fit in, don't make waves. To live an extraordinary life requires thinking and acting outside the box, thinking a little bit differently. Focus on not chasing the paper, but chase your dream. Be a little foolish. Take a risk. Be a Christopher Columbus. For me, it's coaching and therapy, writing, and now sharing my toolkit for success with you. Success is something you attract, not you pursue. If you are doing what you love, success will come. So I'll tell you a little story. When I was 50, my mom was dying of cancer. She had Hodgkin's disease. Now, when I was a kid, my mom always was hocking me, bothering me about practice. I hated to practice. I just wanted to go out and play baseball in the street with my friends. But this year, my mom had about a year to live, so I took a year playing piano. Now, I never got good enough to really be worthy of playing a recital, but I didn't do the good enough. I said I want to make a connection. I want to make a contribution. I want to make a life spark contribution to my mom, to remind her that I heard her, even though it was 50 years later or 45 years later. So I played Chopin, I played a little Liszt, I played some Strauss, I played some ragtime. Some of my friends joined in. We did some music together, duets and a little band. And my mom cried the entire concert. Not tears of, "Oh my God, I can't believe this jerk is playing piano." They were tears of joy because I gave her a life spark. I don't think she died regretting that. So here are 10 decisions you can make to live an extraordinary life. 10 things you can do. This is from Courtney Carver. Number 1, pay attention to what you're doing. Stop being distracted. Mind wandering is not good for you. Daydreaming is good, but not when you're being pulled away from what you're focusing on by what ifs. And I have to do this. You need to be present and focus. Focus is number 1. Number 2, be grateful. Say thank you. When someone allows you to come into traffic, wave to the person like thank you. When a waitress or waiter provides service, say thank you, I really appreciate your help. Leave an extra tip. That's called being grateful. Pay 20%, not 15%. Also, by grateful, stop comparing and focus on your own life. Just be grateful that it's your life. 3, let go of your resentments and regrets. Let go of them. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Let go of resentments. Get fonder. I will be teaching you how to do that over the series. Another one is make space. Get rid of your clutter and excess. Travel light. Ditch your debt. Stop overscheduling. You want to make yourself miserable? Overschedule. Well, stop it. Get lighter. Slow down. Life is not a race. There's no extraordinary in the future. You can't get to the future faster. The future comes when it comes. Slow your pace and fully appreciate what's right in front of you. You can admire the small miracles in life, like biting into a piece of fresh fruit. After this video talk, I'm going to have some yogurt with blueberries. I'm going to really appreciate that. That's called having a fresh view and appreciating miracles. Write down your successes and what makes you feel good. Make a victory log. At the end of the day, write down what you like to counteract your negative thinking and the smoke detector that's always saying not good enough. So write them down. They don't have to be big. It could be, I picked up a piece of trash. I said thank you. I noticed nature. I rolled down the window instead of using my air conditioning. I helped somebody. These are small miracles that are victories that your brain will love. We'll talk more about how to get your brain to fall in love with you in a future talk. This is one way to do that. Oh, here's a good one. Act like a tourist. Change your lens. Every morning, see life through a baby's eyes. You know, an infant, a little child, just looks at you and just so excited to do something new, playing peekaboo. Play peekaboo with life. Peekaboo with life. Hi, life, here I am. I'm enjoying the trees. I'm enjoying my, hopefully, washed car. I'm enjoying picking up some trash, saying hello to somebody. So act like a tourist. Act like you're enjoying life. You may not feel it right away, but sometimes acting will change your feelings. Be extraordinary. Treat people, including yourself, with compassion. Think about how you're spending time. Connect with people. Connect with your thoughts and feelings. And just appreciate this is you being unique. You're being a Christopher Columbus sailing into the world of extraordinary. So in summary, ordinary and extraordinary in our minds. We make it up. I'm choosing to be ordinary. I'm choosing to live an extraordinary life. We all have pain and pleasure. Pain we can't avoid. We experience it. You can avoid the mental suffering that comes from regrets, resentments, and what-ifing. And I'll talk much more about that in future talks. Okay? Stop comparing and competing on a daily basis. It will wear you down. It's stupid behavior. You're you. Other people are them. We all get born and die. Let's live our life as best we can. Get that you already won the game of life. You got born. Take action every day in the direction of what you want. Bounce back. Do not quit. Keep getting up. Take on challenge and throw yourself into it. Have courage, appreciate it, and have peace of mind. Again, these are ideas from the toolkit, which I will be teaching you over these 3 months. So next week when we talk, I'm going to be talking about booby traps, landmines, and snares. You know, animals get caught in these snares. They grab their legs and they break their legs, and then the hunters come and take them and eat them or take their fur. Well, we get caught up in snares and landmines and traps. And I'm going to share with you the 10 snares, ways in which you think that really get you into the ditch of negativity and living an ordinary life. You better watch that. This is going to be a good one. Okay? Okay, folks. So great talking to you. Welcome to my series, Mondays with Moss. See you soon. Send in your comments. Oh, by the way, if you have an interest, go online to www.navigatingforsuccess. Take my Are You a Navigator workshop, a test. I'll tell you whether or not you're a navigator, survivor, or victim. A lot of valuable information. Or go online on Amazon and buy one of my books. See you next week. Take care.